So I'm curious, actually, I hadn't thought about this before, but what do you view as Beagle's primary competitors and or barriers to our success? What do you think are some of the key things we really need to pay attention to in order to keep moving towards success?
Well, I don't see anything in your current operation that causes me to say you've got to make corrections here. So barriers really come down to what are the market barriers, and where do people see where they want to take these compounds to, and getting them, making them known. I mean, people know these. One of the biggest hindrances I see to the expansion of this is people don't know they exist, and they don't know they exist in a reliable way. Something that if they go in and develop a program that they can come to rely on being able to buy every 6 months or 3 months whenever they need new stuff, that is a significant barrier to people getting into a particular area. If they want to use them as tools or analytical reference materials or into test kits, it's having a reliable source for the compound. There simply is no reliable source anywhere. There are many, many sources. None of those that I've seen, nationally or internationally, are a reliable source.
And that's certainly one of our big goals here. And the distinction between Beagle and most operations in that we collect the material instead of growing the material is part of the reason we believe we're going to be able to provide these products so reliably. We're also interested in other products that we could derive from the same material. And we've talked about potential applications, but some of the other product lines that we work with besides toxins are also the pigments that we can get out of these cyanobacteria. Do you want to speak just a little bit about usefulness you see for that, or?
Well, when I give talks on bioactive compounds of cyanobacteria, I always make a distinction between these more biologically acute acting toxins and their potential, and the more cytotoxic compounds that are more of a pharmacological application, antibacterial, antiviral. There are literally hundreds, and those you have potential, especially because you're using field stocks, which it is true, field stock material is a more, even though you don't know what's there, it's a more reliable amount. Because if you have a compound from a field source, it's obviously, it's almost always in a higher quantity than what happens when you bring it into the lab. Once you bring these organisms into the lab, they don't respond in the same way as they do the environment in terms of production. So using field material allows you to have a greater potential for that. So I think that's one of the advantages of using field stock. And then in terms of, the sky's the limit. I can't, all you know is that there are hundreds of biological materials. But I think it's also extremely important that you focus on one group to develop your market base and, your financial sound market base. And then worry about all that other material that you've extracted that's sitting there wondering what to do with.
Yeah.
Because there's plenty of time to do that.
Yeah. Well, I think those are the main points I wanted to cover with you today, and I really appreciate it that you took the time to talk with us, and that you've been such a great supporter for Beagle.
Yeah, thank you, and good luck.
Thanks very much.